everyone. Well, this is not the video I had planned on making next. Next video was going to chronicle our crossing to Baja. But instead of crossing, we are turning tail and going back to Guaymas. We blew out our mainsail just a little while ago and pretty much along where I had repaired it last summer. So we had a rambunctious sail and left our reefing to a little bit too late, and our old tired sail gave up the ghost.
So we've got two options. We can either buy a used one, which we can probably get back here a lot faster, maybe in a couple weeks, or we can go and buy a new one, which will probably take a lot longer to get a hold of. The new one would last a lot longer. The old used one would get us back on the water faster.
But you know, we've put in a lot of nice things on this boat.
Yep.
Like the lithium-ion battery.
It'd be nice to have the sail nice also and not have to worry about it again.
Yeah, in a couple years down the road.
So a new one would do that. We are eventually going to have to replace the Jenny also, but that could probably last another couple of years.
We anchored in our usual place in Bahia Catalina, and the next morning we began to assess the damage. Last summer, I reinforced the leech along its entire length because the cloth was showing signs of weakening and damage. I placed a strip of new sailcloth around the leech and sewed it on both sides of the sail. My thinking was that if both sides of the cloth were even, as in the case of attaching binding, it would be too abrupt of a change from the old sailcloth to the new. So I staggered the raw edges of the new cloth, thereby gradually changing from the old cloth to the new, the thicknesses increasing one layer at a time. Even that graduated form of attachment was too much for the old cloth, and the sail tore consistently right along the repair as it flogged while Lee was trying to reef in the freshening wind. I could make another repair, extend the strengthening, say, to 6 and 12 inches, but what was to guarantee it wouldn't tear in the middle of the sea at an inopportune time? While we thought about our options, our friend Nick suggested experimenting using our trysail in place of the main. So, after checking the damage on the main and packing it away, we played around with the trysail. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability on our mast to install a separate track for it, so we had never used the sail other than to stretch it out and look at it. We eventually attached the sheets to blocks on either side towards the stern, and modifying the sail to be used as a mainsail, we attached the clew midline to the boom using the boom's internal reefing lines.
Like that?
When we upped anchor at Catalina, we had a surprise. We rounded Cabo Aro and pointed into the 10 to 12 knot wind, and with the Genoa out, found ourselves moving along around about 3 knots. However, we could not tack through the wind. My concern was the possible scenario of engine failure and having to beat off a lee shore. I wasn't comfortable of being in remote northern Baja and going the summer without a main. So it was yesterday that we tore our sail, and right now we're in Ensenada Carazal. It's Lee's birthday. We've just had dinner of homemade tortillas with fish, so fish tacos and a special sauce to go on it. And we are still kind of in shock over what has happened, and we're thinking maybe ordering a new sail. We don't have internet here, so it will have to wait at least until tomorrow when we hopefully get to San Carlos. But we're still not sure what we're going to do this summer. We are in San Carlos now and have decided to order a mainsail. There might be some of you that would opt for repairing the sail or purchasing a used sail. Our thinking is it might be extravagant to purchase a new mainsail now, but we are on borrowed time as we do not know how long our health will hold out. Lee was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 6 years ago, and I am still being followed for breast cancer. So why not have the pleasure now of using a new main rather than purchasing a new sail just before selling the boat? Join us next time as we try to figure out what options to order, finding a sail maker, and what we should do with our summer.